Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Surviving Infidelity, where OP dodged the bullet. Let's begin. I just had a profound realization of the aspect that broke when she cheated. Posted by Reddit user Long Jumping Bag.
My wife had an affair 6 months after we got married. I haven't been able to see her as the woman I married or recover from the heartbreak almost 3 years later. Finally left, and even though I knew I had to, I feel significantly more broken now than I have before asking for the divorce. I'm filled with rage and regret and pathetic self-pity for wasting the last 8 years of my life, and I don't have any will to move forward. I still love her and want her to be the person I thought she was, but she just isn't, and she doesn't want to be. I don't know why I'm posting here because I don't even want help. I just want to feel okay again. Not even happy, just not desperately depressed and lost. And now for OP's update. Left my wife of 3 years on our anniversary. She cheated 6 months after we got married. It's been brutal, but before Discovery Day, in my mind she was my world. And after Discovery Day I still loved her intensely still. I wanted so much to continue on the way things had been up to that point, but something couldn't let me. I have figured out what couldn't allow that to happen for me. Before Discovery Day I felt adored by my wife. I thought I was someone really special to her. I thought I was the person that she was to me in her life. I thought I had also saved her from all of the demons that lived inside her head. She was my light, and she was someone that grounded me in the chaos of the world. When I found out about the affair, all of that vanished. I saw the texts and sexting between them, and that's when the lovely illusion broke. We weren't something special. She could form that connection with anyone that gave her enough attention. It wasn't what I thought, it was fake, it was the remnants of a traumatizing upbringing. I adored her so much. I was like an anime lover boy in a cartoon with heart-shaped eyes bursting out of my head. She never saw me that way, and that's fine. Maybe I'll meet someone who does in the future.
And then, we have this comment exchange between OP and a few other Reddit users.
You will meet someone who deserves you in the future. Hope you don't have any kids with her. Luckily no. We tried for years, even after she cheated, a blessing from the universe. Pretty sure it was a health problem on her part. That also breaks my heart because she might have been a good mom. She was amazing to our dogs, but I think I still have a chance at starting a family with the right girl. Thank you. It was definitely a blessing that you guys do not have kids together. Hopefully the divorce gets wrapped up soon so you can completely move on with your life. I also hope that you are having yearly STD tests just in case she continued to cheat on you.
I can't get over my wife cheating because I can't meet anyone new. Posted by Reddit user Formal White.
Disclaimer, I'm writing this after a night home alone drinking listening to Swan's albums in a dark room. Delete if not allowed. Yeah, so my wife did the dirty on me about 5 months ago and left me for another guy. This fucking moronic bodybuilder steroid junkie with no neck who can hardly walk. By the looks of things that's not going well, but I suppose that's of no concern to me. Well, about 3 months ago I was feeling pretty hopeful. I took up running again. I started cooking and eating healthily. I've been on 2 holidays by myself, which I enjoyed. I was enjoying my newly found freedom. But yeah, after a while loneliness sets in. So I've been on online dating. I've even paid for one of the apps. But after about 4 months I've only had about 10 matches, about 4 conversations, and precisely 1 date, which was a fucking disaster, as the girl turned up half an hour late and then made an excuse to leave half an hour later. Meanwhile, I have probably swiped yes on over 1,000 girls by now. I'm a decent looking guy, I am fit and healthy, although have a slim and athletic build rather than being muscular. I have a range of interests, although perhaps some of them are quite niche. I am financially stable, although not exactly loaded. I don't know where I'm going wrong. I've also tried to join a few local clubs related to interests, but all the girls are in fucking relationships. Just my luck. You're probably reading this thinking I just need to learn to not be a miserable fucking alcoholic, but I suppose it's chicken and egg. I was never like this when I was in a happy relationship with my wife, and I swear it's the feeling of rejection that's making me feel this way. Yeah, I get it, no one owes me anything, that's fine. But I'm starting to think I'll be alone for the rest of my life, lol. I'll probably delete this post when the drink wears off, so feel free to slate me all you like.
I hate to say it, OP, but things will get even lonelier. But the good news is, it will all start falling back into place once you actually feel comfortable being alone. But in the meantime, just try to enjoy the things that you like doing and go out for the sake of enjoying, even if it means by yourself. Stop actively looking for someone. Stop chasing pussy, you damn donut. Focus on yourself first. And now for today's final story. My wife of 10 months had an affair with her supposed half-brother. Posted by Reddit user Skitsy.
My wife and I have been married 10 months and together for 4 years. We had no issues whatsoever in our relationship. We were old friends before and got along perfectly together and were very happy together. She always told me about a half-brother she had from her dad, but I never met him because he was a meth head and in and out of prison, most recently for attempted murder. At Easter he shows up to her family get-together for the first time in years. She was shocked and happy as she always wanted to have a sibling relationship with him, but he was rarely around during their childhood. After a month or so of texting each other daily and hanging out about once a week, they decided to get a DNA test to see if they were related, as her mom hasn't been with his dad for very long. Turns out they aren't related. After the news, she said she still wanted to have that relationship with him as her other siblings weren't in her life. Since he recently got out of prison, he was staying with his mom. After a few weeks of the news that they weren't related, he got kicked out for not following the rules she put in place for him, and my wife had him and his 2 kids, 6 and 10, move in with us even after I expressed I did like the idea. Around a week or 2 after finding out they weren't related, my wife had started to be distant with me, not communicating as much, answering my phone calls as often when we weren't together, and it got worse when he moved in. Along with that, if he called her, she had to answer the phone right away. We had arguments about it and got to the point that I asked if they were sleeping together. She was furious I asked, and said they weren't and that she saw him as her brother. I believed her. The 2 of them had an argument when I wasn't home, and he packed his stuff and his kids' stuff up and said they were never coming back. And then next morning, after staying up all night comforting her about it, she said there was something she needed to tell me. This is when she came clean to me about them having an affair. Apparently, after a week of finding out they were not siblings, she fell in love with him and they started having sex. I was destroyed but loved her so much I wanted to try to make our marriage work, but she didn't know what she wanted anymore. 2 weeks later she found out she was pregnant. She and I believe it's his. We tried twice to have a kid before this but ended in miscarriages. The most recent one, right before Easter, was so bad we decided to wait a while before trying again, so I was being careful, while he was busting inside of her the entire time. She is also excited about being pregnant. After finding out she was pregnant, I was able to start moving on and am honestly too disgusted with her to want to be with her. But it still hurts and I'm afraid I will be emotionally fucked up from here on out. I still love her and can't stop thinking about her. I've never felt this depressed before and I hate myself for originally wanting to try making our marriage work. I don't know what to do from here. Sorry for it being long, but I felt like I needed to get this shit off my chest.
OP, maybe you're just not in a good place right now to see it yet, but you actually dodged a bullet there, my simpy friend. You were lucky enough that she confessed about the affair. If not, you would have been raising another man's baby. You should consider yourself lucky. You need to divorce her as soon as possible, and you need to run away from her as far as you can. Also, listen to this comment by Reddit user Jokester.
OP, my ex-wife got pregnant by her affair partner as well. She ended up miscarrying, but the damage was done. I divorced her. It took a little time, but I met my current wife and we've been married for 25 years. There is life after divorce and infidelity. The amount of disrespect she has shown you is off the charts. She literally lied and gaslighted you to open your home up to her affair partner, defiled your home, your safe place. She is currently pregnant with his child. Push through with your divorce. Don't sign a birth certificate without a DNA test. You'd hate to be on the hook financially for a child that's not yours.
Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.